Assalamualaikum and Salam Sarawak Maju Makmur. This is Haziyah Ahmad Saibi and you are watching the UKAS News at 9. The Sarawak government approved an allocation of 4 million ringgit to upgrade temporary facilities at the Sungai Tujuh Immigration Customs, Quarantine and Security ICQS complex in Kuala Baramiri. The Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dato' Abang Openg said that the approved funds were to solve the problem of vehicle congestions and thus facilitate the movement of traffic at the ICQS. According to him, government agencies in the ICQS are also requesting allocations for interim renewal while they wait for projects under the 13th Malaysia Plan, RMK13.
I have agreed with them that we have two dedicated area, entry point, one is for Malaysian and one for non-Malaysian. And this involves a fund of 4 million ringgit. So we have approved, the state is approving that 4 million in order to improve the facilities around in Sungai Tujuh.
He said this at the press conference after visiting Sungai Tujuh ICQS on Thursday. At the same time, Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari said he also requested the Sarawak State Secretary, Dato' Ahmad Muhammad Abu Bakar Mazuki, to form a technical administration team.
But at the same time, I request SS to have an administrative technical team to monitor the flow of people coming from Brunei to Malaysia. This is only Sungai Tujuh. We have another entry point in Limbang. So this team has to also to work on the entry point in Limbang, Brunei Limbang. At the same time, the exit point Limbang to Sabah.
Earlier, the Premier of Sarawak had the opportunity to listen to a briefing from the Malaysian Immigration Department and the Royal Malaysian Customs Department, as well as the presentation of the short-term action plan from the Sarawak Minister of Transport. Sarawakians are urged to take advantage of recreational parks by engaging in leisure activities. Deputy Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Ahmad Professor Dr. Sim Kiew Hian said, involvement of the public in healthy activities carried out in recreational parks built by the government can create a fit and healthy society.
Because as you all know that the park in Sarawak, I mean, we try our best to do our part, because if a good park like here, I mean the MBKS park here, you can see lots of activities and lots of community involvements, and of course, most importantly, it's a place for the healthy citizens, healthy residents. So there's no question that we need more parks. But the most important thing is, I mean, how to make full use of the park, you know.
He said this in Kuching on Friday while answering reporters' questions about the federal government's intention to create as many as 50 recreational parks across the country every year. Dato' Ahmad Dr. Sim, who is also the Sarawak Minister for Public Health, Housing and Local Government, said there are still many recreational parks in Sarawak that are not fully utilised by the community and are not maintained until they are filled with overgrown bushes. Employees of Sarawak Public Communication Unit, UKAS, play a vital role in bridging the communication gap within the Sarawak government and the Rakyat people, especially in disseminating relevant initiatives. Deputy Minister in the Sarawak Premier's Department, Corporate Affairs, Information and UKAS, Dato' Abdullah Saidul said, as the official media arm of the Sarawak government, UKAS employees need to be proactive in disseminating the various initiatives introduced by Sarawak Premier, Dato' Patinggi Abang Zohari. According to him, this effort is important to ensure the community from all walks of life can understand this initiative in a comprehensive manner. Among those initiatives include the establishment of Sarawak's own aviation company and also introducing green hydrogen technology. Therefore, Dato' Abdullah said, UKAS employees need to know and understand government initiative and current issues so that mistakes do not occur when channeling information to the people. He said this during the closing ceremony of the Communication Crisis Training held at the Tabung Ekonomi Gagasan Anak Sarawak, Tegas, Digital Village here on Friday. The SUMOP assemblyman added that UKAS employees also need to understand the structure of the state government in order to be clear, efficient and effective communicator in relaying information on government initiative and current issues to the Rakyat. He stressed that it is the responsibility of UKAS to explain to the people about the state government's initiative or programs that always put Sarawakians ahead of all other matters. Meanwhile, in the same program, Dr. Abdullah presented certificates of participation to 76 UKAS employees who participated in the training organized by Petrosar Academy for 3 days from 6 to 8 March. In other developments, Dr. Abdullah said the media plays an important role in disseminating authentic information, especially on new initiatives and efforts of the Sarawak government in empowering and developing the state. According to him, all information disseminated by the media will bridge the information gap, especially for the rural folks to know the latest developments on the Sarawak government's efforts.
We want to close the gap, the understanding gap between the people and the governments and the policies makers. So we want them to understand what we are doing. At the same time, we want to get feedback from them so that the best result when we structure our policies.
He said this in a brief speech at the Communication 360 Forum in Kuching on Thursday. On the forum organized by Asantia and Magical Thinking People, Dr. Abdullah said it was significant as a platform for media practitioners to know effective strategies in the delivery of information. The forum featured 4 panelists, namely Asantia's Commercial Director Fabian Selva, Chairman of the Kuching Division Journalists Association, Roni Tio, Head of Business Development for Television Sarawak TVS, Amirin Arshan, Founder and Executive Director of Logic and Magic, Zaidi Awang, with moderator Hazel Jasni. Meanwhile, a Memorandum of Understanding MOU signing ceremony between Magical Thinking People and Asantia was also held, which was witnessed by Dr. Abdullah Along with other guests of honor. On to the following news. A total of 1,400 athletes from all over the country have confirmed participation for the 2024 Malaysian Sports Games SUKMA for Paralympics, which will be held in Sarawak from 20 to 28 September. Deputy Minister of Sarawak Community Welfare Development, Datuk Muhammad Razi Sitam said, in addition, there are 600 officials who will also be involved in the sports festival. According to him, among the states that have already confirmed participation are Johor, Melaka, Pahang, Negeri Sembilan, Selangor, Perak, Terengganu, Kelantan, Penang, Kedah, Perlis, Sabah, Sarawak, Labuan Federal Territory, and Kuala Lumpur Federal Territory.
Dan tahun ini kita Sarawak telah dipilih sebagai tuan rumah bagi penganjuran kejohanan SUKMA dan juga tanda SUKMA sekali untuk kali ke-21. Dan Sarawak jadi tuan rumah untuk SUKMA ini adalah untuk kali yang ketiga. Sebanyak 10 sukan akan dipertandingkan pada masa SUKMA kali ini, iaitu para olahraga, renang, acara para badminton, para pingpong, para tag-team bowling, boccia, para lawn bowls, para powerlifting, dan para memanah dan para catur.
He said this at a media conference at his office in Kuching on Thursday. Earlier, he received a visit from the Sabah contingent delegation led by the director of the Sabah State Sports Council, Muhammad Asneh Muhammad Noor, the director of the Sabah Youth and Sports Department Federation, Apu Jen, as well as officers from the Sabah State Sports and Youth Department and the Sabah State Sports Council. The purpose of the visit is to overview the sports venues and accommodation for the athletes and officials during the SUKMA Sarawak 2024. Meanwhile, he said all competitions for the SUKMA 2024 will only be held in the Kuching Division.
Antara acaranya adalah para olahraga di Stadium Sarawak dan Stadium Kuching. Untuk para renang di Pusat Akuatik Pandalela, Renong, Kuching. Untuk acara para badminton di Dewan Persatuan Badminton Sarawak, BDC Kuching. Untuk para pingpong pula di SJK Cunggua nombor 3 Kuching. Untuk para tag team bowling, Megaland Imat Batu Kawak. boccia di Dewan Persatuan Bola Kadang Sarawak Kuching, para lone balls di Multipurpose Arena Petra Kuching, para powerlifting di Dewan Serbaguna Jabatan Menteri dan Sukan Kuching, dan para memanah pula di Lapang Sasar Memanah Petra Kuching, dan para catur di Hotel Raya Hotel.
Meanwhile, the Sarawak Boys Youth Team won the championship for the Sarawak Bumi Putra Amateur Golf Association (PGABS) Interstate Youth Golf Tournament at the Sarawak Golf Club on Thursday. With that victory, the Sarawak team succeeded in bringing home a cash prize of 6,000 ringgit as well as trophies and medals. The silver team were crowned as runner-up and went home with a cash prize of 3,000 ringgit as well as a medal, while the third place was won by the Pearlies team and went home a cash prize of 1,500 ringgit as well as a medal. As for the women's category, the silver team succeeded in winning the champion and bringing home a cash prize of 6,000 ringgit as well as trophies and medals. The runner-up was won by Terengganu team, which brought home a cash prize of 3,000 ringgit as well as a medal, while the third place was won by the Pearlies team when they bring home a cash prize of 1,500 ringgit as well as a medal. In addition to that, the teenage golf player from Sarawak, Anson Yu Boon Song, was crowned as champion for the male category, while Wong Sin Yao from Perak was the top for the female category. Both winners bring home a cash prize of 3,000 ringgit as well as trophies and medals. Sarawak Deputy Minister Youth, Sports and Entrepreneur Development, Datuk Gerald Rentap Jabu, was present to present the prizes to the winners. And that's the English edition with me, Haziyah Ahmad Saibi. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platform including Facebook and YouTube. This ends the UKAS Bulletin with the highlights of the Premier of Sarawak's working visit to the Sungai Tujuh ICQS, Kuala Baram in Miri on Thursday. #Saluran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.